And then start focusing on that version of you on the other side of the paper. Fold the paper over and just look at the new version of you and be that person in your mind. And anytime those old fears come up, you think these ones only. Are you guys getting this? So do this task as part of your assessment of your own fears. Okay guys, let's do a Loz lesson suggestion about past relationship hurts and how to not carry that on in your relationship now and not manifest the same kind of relationship. Someone's written, I would love guidance on how to transform abandonment and hurt patterns in marriage and become the version of myself who feels safe, chosen and deeply loved no matter what the past has been. Now, I don't know if this person's actually married or they're talking about they want to get married. Either way, if you want to get married or you want to be in a relationship or you are in one, this applies to you. I don't care if you're in no contact right now with your person, if you don't even know your person, if you're imagining marriage and you don't even know who it is you'd want to marry, this lesson is for you. So guys, how to transform abandonment and hurt patterns. Now, I have a course called Worthy as Fuck for Love, Worthy AF for Love. I'll put it here on YouTube when this goes on YouTube. It has a pattern assessment. It's a blind assessment in 3 parts. And one of the parts actually shows you what your pattern in love is that most of you don't realize you have. A lot of you, yes, have recognized it, but some of you don't know what subconsciously you're creating in love as a pattern. You think you know? Like somebody here, the person who's written this, has written abandonment. Now, I have observed since the dawn of time of starting this account that the great majority of you think you have abandonment issues because some dumb therapist has told you that. However, most people that I've spoken to who think they have that actually don't. And the reason I'm saying that is there's a much deeper thing as to why you think the person's going to leave and abandon you. It's not just about you're going to leave me. For someone to have had actual abandonment issues and continue to have them from childhood and have them now, you have to have physically been abandoned in some kind of way. Now, it could be someone was sick and not present, or they actually died or they left. Either way, that's real abandonment issues. What you guys have is something that's causing you to fear the person's going to leave. And that's where a lot of you go wrong. So you keep saying things like, they're never going to leave me, blah, 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 blah. But you're not focusing on what's the fear you actually hold that's making them leave you in the end, manifesting them leaving you or manifesting you pushing them away before they leave. Now, most of you have a story where you're going to get hurt or you're not enough or you're not going to get the love you need, you're not going to get your needs met. It's a lot deeper than you're just going to leave me. Sometimes leaving you is like the byproduct of all the other fears you hold. So that's what that course assessment is about in Worthy as Fuck for Love. Or you can get my just straight self-concept course, which is called A Kick-Ass You, which also has an assessment, okay? A Kick-Ass You. However, this person wants to feel safe, chosen, and deeply loved. Therefore, they don't actually have abandonment issues, because if what you really want is to feel safe, well, you feel like you're going to be hurt, so that's not abandonment. Chosen, well, that's not abandonment. That's feeling like you're not enough and they won't choose you. And deeply loved, well, that's feeling like you won't be loved. So that's actually not abandonment. So see what I'm saying about you guys think you've got abandonment issues when you actually don't? It's like saying someone's anxious attachment when that's just a fucking psychobabble title you're given someone. But what does it say about you and how you're manifesting that outcome with that person? It ain't about them. They're not anxiously attached. You're creating that. You're manifesting them to be that way. Stop labeling them with some bullshit some dumb psych told you and start figuring out what you're doing that's causing that. You guys getting this? You are the only cause. There is no secondary cause. Someone doesn't come into your reality and then leave you because of what's going on with them. They don't come into your reality with anxious attachment. You're creating that reality with them. You're creating the way they're showing up. So in this case, I can imagine that this person in relationships doesn't feel safe to be loved, constantly second guesses what the person does, and doesn't feel like the person's choosing them because of all their deep shit where they feel like they're not going to get the love they need. They're not going to be then chosen by the person for some reason. They have to work out why. And then they don't feel safe. They feel like maybe they need reassurance or they need validation or or they need words of affirmation from that person to reassure them that they are loved and they are safe and they are chosen. That's probably what this person does. Then when the person isn't giving them that, they fear they're going to leave, or they fear the marriage is going to end, or they fear they're going to get hurt, right? You're understanding this? So a lot of you don't recognize what it is you're actually thinking that makes you feel like you won't be chosen or makes you feel like they won't give you the love you need. What is it? That's where my assessments come in. That's why I assess you, because so many of you say things like, I've got abandonment issues, and you really don't. So what I would like to know is what actually happened in this girl's past. She didn't tell me shit. So it's very difficult for me to help you guys when you're just saying, I need help with this thing. Okay, what happened to you? Why do you feel that way about yourself? Why do you feel like you won't be deeply loved? Why do you feel like you won't be chosen? Why do you feel like you're not safe? I don't fucking know. Were you abused? Did your parents not stick around and give you any time, love and attention so you feel like your husband won't either? I don't fucking know. You didn't tell me shit. But you expect me to just pull out of my asshole an answer based on, help me. Guys, if you don't tell me anything, I don't know. That's why I have assessments. So all I can really do here is assume about this person because I don't fucking know. What happened to her? She didn't tell me shit about her. So guys, if you really want deep diving coaching with me, I don't actually offer one-to-one coaching anymore, but what I am doing now is my podcast called The Loz Line, and I'm recording my latest one this Wednesday. Inside the squad, it drops afterwards, and you get it as part of your squad membership, but you get to be on it as part of your squad membership. You get to apply to be on it. So I've already picked the fourth lot of 3 people to be coached, and they are getting coached by me this Wednesday. So unless I have deep one-to-ones with you, or you do one of my course assessments, or you do one of my courses, it's very, very difficult for me to answer this just based on your fears. I need to know what happened to you, but I can guess. So from this girl's fears, I can guess that somewhere in her childhood, someone didn't give her the love, time, and attention she craved, or made her feel not enough in some way, and therefore she feels like her husband or whoever her partner is, or in the past her partners, are not going to choose her and be there for her and give her what she needs. So she feels unsafe, she feels unsure, and then she needs validation. But she needs to work out why she's doing that. What the fuck happened? And why do you keep persisting in that pattern and that story about yourself? Yes, if you're in the squad, guys, you can apply for the Loz Line next time. We've already picked the fourth lot of 3 participants for this one. So when the next one drops, you can take part. So what I would do, guys, if you don't want to do my assessments, if you don't want to come in the squad, if you don't want to be on the Loz Line with me, is sit down for 20 minutes. And in abject, actual silence, no television, no radio, no music, no nothing, no kids running around, write what you're thinking about yourself. I am what? In love, what? Relationships are, he is, she thinks. So whatever it is you want to figure out about yourself, write it down. We do a lot of this in my courses, guys. Make you investigate your thinking. Okay, and a lot of you say, why do you have courses? Because so many of you don't even know where to start, like this girl. I give you a place to start with the workbooks, okay? So a way to investigate deeper. So I am what? Not lovable. I am not chosen. I think relationships are unsafe, unsure, a place where I need validation all the time, a time when I always get abandoned. He thinks I'm not good enough for him. He wants another relationship and not me. I'm not chosen because I'm not good enough to be chosen. He wants someone else. I don't feel safe because he doesn't tell me how he feels. I don't feel safe because I'm afraid he's going to leave. I don't feel safe because, right, see how you could do this yourself? So what is your fear? You don't feel safe? Well, write it down. You don't feel chosen because, write it down. You don't feel loved? Why? Write it down. Then go back and read it. And after that 20 minutes, look at yourself on the paper. Oh, shit. Look what I think of me. Look what I think of him. Look what I think he thinks of me. Look what I think of relationships. No wonder I feel unsafe. No wonder I feel like he's going to leave. Look at all this shit going around in my brain that I didn't even realize I was thinking. Now, write a line down the middle of the page and then write the opposite of everything you said. I feel safe now. I know he loves me. I know he's never going to leave me because I am, what? Special and enough and beautiful and his safe place to land and his soft place and his home, and he loves being around me because I am funny and kind and caring and generous and the best girl he's ever met, and write down the opposite of all the shit you were thinking. And then start focusing on that version of you on the other side of the paper. Fold the paper over and just look at the new version of you and be that person in your mind. And anytime those old fears come up, you think these ones only. Are you guys getting this? So do this task as part of your assessment of your own fears. You don't need my courses necessarily, even though I do have assessments. But if you want to do this yourself, guys, do this and then come up with your own non-fears. The opposite of your fears in love, of your love patterns, of what keeps fucking happening to you that's fucking your relationships up, and become the new version of you who is deeply loved and chosen and feels safe to not be abandoned, not be left, not be the person who continues the pattern they've always done in love, okay? You can do it. You can do it yourself. I don't care what the past has been, as this person said. You can change it so long as you become the new version of you who no longer holds those fears of old, the old relationship patterns, the old relationship hurts, the old fears that you hold about not feeling safe, not feeling like you'll be chosen, not feeling like you'll be loved. If you become the new version of you, that pattern cannot continue because the pattern is coming from you. So when you change, the pattern will go away and you'll start a new pattern, a favourable pattern, a pattern that you want in love. Okay, guys? Are you guys getting this? Let's see. Hi, Loz. Thanks for the work. Yes, you're welcome, darling. I will do this exercise. Good, guys. Good. Guys, go watch this back on YouTube if you missed what I was saying. Does Loz interact with comments? Because I want her to read mine. Oh, bloody hell. Write it down again then, darling. If you're that desperate. I do that every day since I listen to you. Good, darling. You've helped me so much. I can't thank you enough. It feels amazing. Oh, wonderful, Joe. Right, guys. Are you going to do that exercise? Go watch this back on YouTube. I will call it Do This Task, Change Your Love Pattern. Okay? Do this powerful task and change your pattern in love. Something like that. And you can go watch it back and do this task with me. All right? How about halfway through the video? All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Come and join me for the Lozline podcast that we're recording. I'm recording it this Wednesday. I don't know if we're recording it live, but you'll be able to watch it in the squad. And then in a couple of weeks' time, I will be launching the podcast on YouTube. However, you won't be able to participate unless you're a member of the Subconscious Loz Squad, my private monthly coaching group. I put it here on YouTube. You also get the coaching library, over 400 videos you can't see anywhere but in the coaching library of me coaching people, of my lives that I go live every Thursday in the squad and answer your questions. You can go live with me and ask your questions every Thursday. Also, you can go live with the mentors and ask your questions there in the squad. You can't do that anywhere else. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys. Make sure to subscribe and follow me. Bye.